everybody, we are getting ready to do another little RV upgrade here. It's not really an upgrade as much as it is a repair. So the grab bar to our door, the foam had gotten really cracked and aged and weathered after about 2 years. So last fall we replaced it with some handlebar grip tape, just the stuff you wrap around your bike handlebars. That held up really well until this summer. And in the dry weather this summer, that seemed to age really fast and had several splits in it. So we were kind of feeling like it needed to replace again. So this time we found the actual replacement stuff that goes on here. But as I've been searching the internet, trying to figure out how to get this handlebar off in order to put it on, I found out there's just really not a lot of information on there. So our hope today is to kind of show you how to take this thing off and put a new grip on it. All right, so the first challenge to removing this handlebar is getting these little caps off, and I really couldn't find any information about that because there was a little hole in here which made me feel like there was a tab that should make it easy to get off, but it is not easy. Now I've already pried this one open, so then just use a little flathead screwdriver to kind of open it up and it pops off. And you can see there's just a little tab here, but it doesn't really move. So you got to put a lot of pressure, upward pressure on it just to get some space. So I'm going to do this one because I haven't done this one yet. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure here and then kind of try to wedge this screwdriver in and get just enough space there that it will start to come off. There we go. So by the way, to do that, I was just using a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver and a little flathead screwdriver to get that off. Now the next thing is we have to pull the spring pin out. So there's a little bracket on here. So I'm just gonna use some needle nose pliers to pull that off and make sure you don't lose the spring because it's gonna go flying. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the bottom one off also. And now these pins will come out.
Nice.
And the whole handlebar comes off. Now we already removed the handlebar tape that we had on here, but you're gonna wanna clean this bar up pretty well so you can get the new stuff on. All right. So the next challenge is how to get this little tube hose onto this big tube. You can see it doesn't really fit and it's super sticky. So there's a couple methods that I did find for this. And the one that seems to work the best for me is using the air compressor. So this is just a bicycle tube, like bicycle or basketball inflator, and I'm going to put it on the end of my air compressor and then start this, put this in here, and the air that blows in just kind of helps float it on. It's going to get noisy here, so I'll do as much as I can do before the noise starts.
And we'll put it in fast forward.
So one thing you're gonna notice here is we put tape over the end of this. We decided that it was easier if I had the hose going into the end of the tube here and it slid on better. We got this one up into place as far as it'll go. Another thing we had heard was that using alcohol works really well. We don't have any rubbing alcohol here with us, but some glass cleaner, which is alcohol based, and squirt that on and get it started. Does slide on relatively easily, at least to get things started. Now we're going to finish this one. All right, so we finally got the second piece all the way on. Now I just need to trim it down. It's about 1 inch or so from the edge. Now we just put it back on. So we decided we're gonna keep this seam up at the top side.
Unless his wife changes her mind and then...
Unless my wife changes her mind, which she is known to do. So
I'm not wrong, I just changed my mind.
Set those back in place. Put this pin back in. Oh, let's do that up here.
Lucy is supervising from the other side, you will see. She's antsy for her walk. She knows it's coming. Yeah.
There we go. Now that piece goes right there.
Brian has the dropsies.
Apparently. That one on here. Want that pin out. Okay, now we just need to put the springs back on. Along with the little pin. I'll try to do it from this side so you can see this time. I'm just going to squeeze that pin up there. And that just snaps in like that.
Nice.
Same thing with this one down here. Now the whole thing is ready. Now I'm just going to slide this back in. Oops, upside down. Slide that back in. Give it a little tap. Locks right back in place.
Nice.
Slide this one in. Tap it in. And our handle is fixed and looks a little prettier.
Yeah, it does.
Normally you would just use one of these and it would go from like here to here. We wanted the whole thing covered.
Well, and that's because we were replacing so that it wasn't clean. And that seam, we may decide to put something over that seam over time.
Just black electrical tape works really well to seal that. So I may seal it with just a strip of black electric tape around it. We'll see.
We'll see how it holds up.
Overall, I would say the air compressor definitely helped. It would be impossible to do without it. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world to do. The biggest challenge was we just had to keep waiting for the air compressor to top back off to have full pressure.
Our neighbors loved us.
Yeah, but it certainly is better than what we had going on here yesterday afternoon.
Looks great.
So there you go.